Well, I know I was going to post a video on the cooling system and kind of running behind, but I've been getting a lot further on a lot of other things. But I got the radiator installed and still got to hook up the fans and stuff like that. Doing the cooling system was kind of a pain in the butt on this, but it's not terrible. There's some things I had to do down here that normally wouldn't have done, but I painted the clamps black. And in this corner, I've just got to finish up some relay work and run this back down to part of the original harness of the vehicle. This is going to be for my power from my relays coming from that little unit right there. Sit there and getting towards the back side of it. Should be going into the exhaust shop Friday. Radiator about need to paint black because it's too shiny for everything else I've done and turned black. A couple more things to run and hook up here and sit there and God, I say sit there a lot. Thinking about painting the front of the radiator black so it kind of goes with the black on everything else. Mounted the throttle pedal today. Still a mess down here because I'm about to give it up for today. I had to extend that out about an inch so I can get that free travel in there. I still got to mess with his carpet, but should have a nice full range of his throttle. That and mount the OD B2 port somewhere along in here, that or tuck it up underneath. And a couple more wires to hook up there. I'm hoping by Saturday I'll come into work, I'll be able to finish it up. Got to get in adapters. I'm going to try to run the factory temp and oil pressure sender. I might turn that amperage gauge into a volt gauge instead, if I can find something that looks factory to it. And then I guess to fill this hole up here, I'm gonna find a little red light for the MIL light. But this is where we're at. I think it's going to look pretty good when it's all said and done. Probably about another 100 more horse than what the factory 304 had in it. And hopefully the next video I'm doing will be of it running and maybe driving around. And I've made a list of things, of part numbers or whatever, to really kind of help people, if anybody else decides to do this Gen 5 thing. I'm really more eager to sit there and see how this PSI system works out. I kind of like the idea that, we was able to just do factory settings. This guy's not really much of a hot rodder, so sit here, there I go, sit there again. Good Lord, I'm a hillbilly, I'm sorry. No, actually I'm not. But I'll go ahead and explain one more thing before I cut this video. I don't remember if I put this in one of the other videos, but this here switch, what I like about these is like whenever you're doing a classic street rod or something like that for somebody, and so that their battery doesn't get drained and go dead, from all your auxiliary systems and your main system here, you can set that and it turns everything on. And then, like, if you're gonna not drive it for the whole winter, You just hit that little button there. Everything's killed off. Nothing to drain on the battery. Should be able to sit there and just come back, turn everything on, and away you go. And then if you don't drive it for another couple months, but that's an 80 amp Velvac. I like it. I definitely like this box here. But this comes with the PSI kit. But for any of y'all that likes to do wiring, well, I don't know. This kind of one thing on the side of this box, it's kind of wanting to be a pain in the butt, but I think maybe it's just, maybe I need to just bend this out a little bit harder so that it, you know, catches these tabs a little more. But yeah, and in case he does decide to go with a automatic overdrive transmission later, I went ahead and had that put in the system. Oh, one more thing. I don't remember if I was talking about the fuel pressure setup, but that's a JEGS 30 to 100 PSI regulator. I wanted to make sure that I kept consistent pressure up here in this area. And I knew somebody had to make these little fittings right here that fit over that little slip-on fuel feed tube. And I found it in the brand of Red Horse. And pretty much it just brings it up to a 6/8 fitting. So if anybody's looking for those kind of fittings for the factory lines, okay, the 880-0606-2 is for the black 3/8 to 6/8, and the 880-0605-2, and the last two numbers means the color is black. I think 1 is blue and 3 is red, stuff like that. But that's 5/16 to number 6 AN fitting. And what else was I gonna mention? Well, I'll do a finalization video of everything, you know, and you know, especially after I get the Jeep all cleaned up. I had to pick up everything around it because kind of once I get on a roll and I set things down, it got to the point where, hell, I'd lean against it and I'd knocking 5 or 6 pieces off. But other than that, it's coming along. I'm kind of really liking how everything's turning out. So as long as the motor runs good, I think the customer will be happy with it. Y'all have a nice day.